Alright guys, welcome back to another one. I'm the Gold Standard, and today we're talking about how to beat Black Yellow Luffy with Enel. Now, if Black Yellow Luffy draws perfectly, this matchup can feel absolutely unwinnable, but I'm hoping that if you follow some of these tips and tricks today, you'll see a little bit more success. If you find anything in this video useful, please like, subscribe, all of that, it does help. And if you do have other strategies that you're using, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let's first look at what I'm typically looking for in an opening hand. So the two big cards that I'm looking for usually are Ace, because of the rush, obviously, and the life regain, and Raigo. And Raigo in particular because there are times when they don't have Gecko protected and you can just get rid of it in one turn. I'm also looking for Enel a lot of times because it helps me establish a body on that 7 Dawn turn. Now, some secondary cards that I typically look for are either Gadatsu, Luffy, any of my bodies that I can do any type of mid-game aggro if I need to. And finally, I really like the Shirahoshi blocker, and in particular in the late game. And if you guys watch this video all the way through and see all the tips, you'll understand why I choose all of these cards. So now, knowing what cards you're looking for, the general strategy for this matchup is actually very straightforward, and it goes like this. You need to look for any opportunity you can to draw a counter out of their hand. And the reason this is important is because when you go for life in the late game, if they have a large hand, you're never going to get enough damage through no matter how big your bodies are on the field. And to take a little bit of the work out of it, guys, here are all the useful ways that I've found to get counter out of their hand. Tip number 1 is that in the beginning, you want to starve them out. And the reason you want to do this is because 1, it gives them less cards because you're not attacking into their life, but also it forces them to use cards like Makino, Flampe, and Hiyori to manipulate their life in some way, and these also happen to be the only 2k counters that they're using. And so if you force them to use like 2 or 3 of these in the early game, now they've got potentially 3 less 2k counters to use in the late game when you're actually pushing for life. Tip number 2 kind of piggybacks off of that last idea, which is that don't forget that per their ability, any face-up card that's in life, when you attack into it, goes directly to the bottom of their deck. And so what you can do is a lot of times they'll leave a Sabo or something in life, and it can be very beneficial to attack into their life and force a Sabo to go to the bottom of their deck. And honestly, I forget this all the time, guys, but this is a huge component of beating Luffy. Tip number 3 is to use your mid-range characters in the middle of the game to draw out more counter, because there are times when they don't have their board completely set up, and you can swing in with something like Luffy or Gadatsu and just draw some counter out because they've either got 1 life or no life set, and they're just not quite ready for it. And so this is a great opportunity to draw counter out of their hand if you can push a little bit aggressively, and yes, you lose a character, but it sets you up much better for later. And tip number 4 is to utilize Shirahoshi in the late game, because what you can do is you can set a Shirahoshi up, and then you can swing in with Ace or something that's, one of your big bodies, and you're not defenseless. Like, they can't attack back with their Gecko into whichever character you've used. It also forces them to use counter out of their hand because either they have to sacrifice a Sabo blocker or give you counter, and typically they just give you the counter because they want to leave the Sabo blockers on the board. Those are all the tips that I've got for the Black Yellow Luffy matchup, and I know that if you follow these tips, you'll see a lot of success in this matchup. And the reason I know this is because I don't typically main Enel, and a big part of how I improve as a player is I post videos like this where I take one of my gameplays, I analyze, what I did right, what I did wrong. I also look at the comments you guys leave because you've always got good feedback on what I could have done differently, and so please keep that coming. I love that you guys analyze my gameplay, and then I put together a little guide so that I know in the future how to deal with it. And the reason I know this works is because when I run into Black Yellow Luffy as Enel now, I don't even feel remotely nervous. I have a game plan, I stick to it, and either, I win or I don't. This takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. So yeah, guys, I hope all this helps you. I really do. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get into the gameplay. All right, we are in it with Black Yellow Luffy, and I kind of think I keep this because, this is going to be a later game thing anyway. And we've got aces. The rush can help in this situation because there are times where he might not have a blocker or something like that. Problem is I have no Raigos, which I need for the Geckos, but, we've got a few life cards to draw into that. He's Flampeing his own life. Good for him. I definitely will play the Luffy on my 6 Dawn turn, just to get something out. So he is attacking us, which you love to see. We draw into a Raigo, which you also love to see. He's doing the Hiyori stuff. In fact, here's what we're going to do, because he just loaded this into life, and so now we can get cards out of his hand because he's definitely going to protect that life. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. I figured he was going to put, like, a kid down next turn. Doesn't protect it, though. Fine with me. I was hoping to get some cards out, but here we are, guys. Here we are. We at least have something on the field. Alright, he is playing the blocker. Cool, cool, cool. I like all this. Yeah, we'll take that. Ooh, this blocker in this matchup is kind of big, guys. Kind of big. I'm going to put this down. End the turn. Because the next turn we can put this in. And if he's... yeah, we'll just see. We'll see. Still just slow play this, guys. Yeah, we have tons of rush aces right now. So I'm going to fix our hand up a little bit, see what we get here. Nice. Nice. Honestly, very nice. So I don't think we need a Gadatsu. I think we could probably only get one of these down reasonably. And actually use it. Because on this turn, here's what we're going to do. Depending on what he plays, I'm going to start putting pressure on with my aces. Yeah. So we'll see what he does here. Because if he just geckos immediately, I mean, kudos. We'll just Raigo it straight out. Yeah, I think the Shirahoshi blocker for this matchup in particular is very useful. Because you can find yourself, yeah, so he geckos down, cool. Hiyori loads life. Alright, loads a, honestly, this is sort of ideal, guys. So he's now 7, oof. So do we Raigo outright here, is the question. I think the answer is that we do not. We could apply a little pressure here, though. Nah, we'll do this. I got an idea here. I'm gonna gain a life because I actually think that this could this will help us a little bit in the late game when I've got my board established a little more. Okay, so he's spooling up some stuff. I do like having a cat in hand because a lot of times what they can do is they'll get stuck at they'll have one life in here, and if you cat something like useless, you know, for instance this, or you know, something else, and yeah, cool, this is fine with me. Commit Dawn, my friend, commit Dawn. Go ahead and attack in, because then I can just Raigo this next turn. It takes like the thought away from my turn. Okay, Sabo. Oh no. Okay, cool. Luffy Sabo. Again, still kind of okay with this. Because I also do kind of just want to collect cards. Yeah, we'll take this. Another 2k, that's going to be good for later. 10. Go right ahead. Another 2k. Cool. Alright. No blocker there. We'll take that. What do we pitch here? I guess a 2k? Well, we'll use that. Just because I can get it in now and use it to help clear some of this board, potentially. Also just to pressure him. Because he doesn't have the kids set up right now. So what do we want to get rid of? I'll get rid of a 2k. Oh, see, this is like the ideal situation because he's got, yeah, see, so he didn't, yeah, okay. So let's go ahead, let's just start getting cards out of his hand. I'm gonna save 6 for this. Yeah, look at that, so many cards. I mean, honestly, we'll just go for a game maybe. Let's go 8 here. Gives us the blocker. Save 6. Do I even want to save 6 here? Let's go here. And I am going to Raigo to get... Do I want to Raigo it? Yeah. Maybe I kill one of these as well, just for the heck of it. I think so. Yeah, we'll get this guy out of here, because maybe we get cards, maybe we don't. Yeah. Alright. Because he has to commit a lot of this. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot right now, guys. I kind of hope he just plays another Gecko, and we'll see. We'll see what he does. Just got to kind of stay tall on this matchup and get the Geckos when you can. I could have actually probably won that turn, but I mean, he did still have a decent amount of cards. Thunderbolt. Alright, so he's going to Sabo down here. Okay. That's fine because he's only at 7 here. Pitches a Kuzan. Everything's immune. Kid. He did that kind of backwards, but that's fine. So he's at 9 here. So he attacks in. Do I care to save that? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. He can have that. Assuming he swings big here. 14, yeah. So we'll go no. Pitch cat. No blocker. Pitch cat. And pitch a 2K. Cool. Okay, so now the question is, do we go for a game here? He's got 2 cards, 1 blocker, so I can do what? 10, 11, 12. He's at 9, so I can go 12, 12 and maybe get this? Decisions, because I can also just go into another ace, set our field up some more. 12 and 13. I think we gotta try it, guys. We gotta just try it. Gives us the blocker. Yeah, we gotta go for 13 here. Yeah, cool, good game. That was fun. Super fun, guys. I'll see you in the next one.